Right state of mind. It's your boy Detroit City. What up, dope people? Sitting here with my man Mike Man
What's happening?
and the lovely Miss Mickey.
Hey, hey, it's Mickey Mouse.
Hey, please subscribe and like. People subscribe, like, leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Tell us what you agree with, what you don't agree with. Just leave a comment. We want to hear what you got to say. Now, let's jump right into it. I was on Twitter a couple weeks ago and I saw this video, and it was a young lady. I mean, the girl was absolutely gorgeous. She looked like she was Dominican or something. Had her hair in like two little ponytails on either side.
What was her name?
She was just a random girl walking down the street, marching in the slut walk.
Okay.
So a guy walked up with a microphone. He started interviewing her, asking her questions, and she was like, "Oh, there should be no shame in being a slut. Everybody should want to be a slut. You're a slut. I'm a slut." So the guy was like, "Well, how many guys have you been with?" She was like, "Oh, I'm a virgin."
Oh, my goodness.
So at that moment, I said, "You know what? I really want us to discuss that whole slut walk and slut shaming."
That's before you even get into it. That's just somebody stupid. You know what I'm saying?
But how many stupid people are out there?
There's all types of stupid
She was
people.
in the.
People like to do things just to do things.
She was in the march. So.
What city was this in?
So she still
But that
represents
just lets you know she
San
doesn't know.
Francisco, as a matter of
They
fact.
probably didn't have really nothing going on.
Over on your
that day.
side,
Like, why-
over on
why
your
not
side
knock
of
it out?
town, San
Of course.
Francisco.
It was probably a cracking ass fucking parade.
I bet you it
was
was.
dope. They had drinks. Everybody was out there.
Yeah,
This was a
I'm
great
sure
time.
they had a lot of
I probably
fun.
would have went out there too.
Now, here's my whole thing about the slut walk and Amber Rose with her whole
Put it out there.
you shouldn't slut shame people. There's certain things that should be shameful, and if you notice in society today, they're trying to take the shame out of things that should be shameful. And there's something critical when you do that. Shame exists in a civilized nation for a reason. Some things you should not want people to see you and know that you do. Some things should be so shameful, just like, oh, I'll never do that, because if I get caught doing it, I'll be so shamed. You see what I'm saying? So it's not good to take, and slut is not the only thing they're doing it with.
Not at all. But look, the disconnect with her and her own morality is what's sad.
Wait, how's
like
the
if you
disconnect
know
with
the
morality?
definition of a slut
Thank
and
you.
what it means.
What's the definition of a slut?
Look it up. Okay, I'm
I
telling
mean,
you, it's
no,
very
if you could
derogatory,
just-
and I can tell you right now if you want to look it up. But you
Let's
know what
look it up.
slut means.
Let's
Okay,
let's
look it up.
give
Go for
everybody
it.
a destination.
Go
Go ahead.
for
Well,
it. But what I
while
was
she's
saying is
looking
that
at-
the,
I'm fact
the
checking
problem
something
with
else
hold
right
on,
now.
the problem with that is that takes the purity out of anybody. There's no price on virginity anymore, and that's what's sad.
There's never been a price on it.
Yes, there has. Are you crazy?
No, people just get.
And
shit
not in your
twisted.
lifetime, maybe not, but yeah, there was a price on it. It was a
Was there a price on your
prize
virginity?
to get a virgin.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely.
What was the price?
What do you mean?
How much did it cost?
That's why men married back in the day. They didn't have no other reason.
Well, no.
Wasn't giving it up. Yeah, back in the
No,
day.
no,
So-
Mickey, I
so-
agree
so
with
wait
you.
a
There
minute,
is
wait a
still
minute,
a price
wait a
on it
So-
because
so-
recently a young lady
I'm talking
sold her
about in
virginity on the internet.
That's
Remember that?
wonderful. I'm not talking about. I said in her mind, her morality is messed up, and there's no price on
So
No,
it.
I'm
the lady
agreeing with
sold-
you. There is still a literal price on virginity. People do still seek
I didn't
virginity.
say in all, like there's never all or none, but I'm just talking about the way the world is right,
Right,
now. Like
right.
these kids, these teenagers, they don't see a price on
They
it.
don't-
They know they
okay.
can get it.
Okay. You're
But
saying
they-
they don't
everybody
value
was-
They
their
don't
virginity.
value nothing. No.
Did you? Okay.
What'd you say, Mike?
I said this has been like that every. Like this, my
No,
Well,
no.
no, it
I just
hasn't
think
been
it's
like
more
that.
vocal. People been giving it up for years. Okay.
Yes.
The panties have been dropping. Not everybody came out of fucking a marriage.
Morality has never been like
He
that.
doesn't.
It's coming-
He doesn't see
it's
things
coming
being
from-
worse. We had a discussion last
No,
night.
that's retarded.
He
You
doesn't
have
see
to
the
see
things
it
that are
worse
getting
because
worse.
information is traveling faster. So if no one would see it on TV,
It's not
they
like
probably
Rome.
wouldn't
You know
act
what
on
I'm
it.
saying? Is it like Rome right
Yes,
now?
it is like Rome. Yes.
It
Or-
So
is exactly to
again,
the T.
like you see it on TV, you see it on the internet, you can watch it on your phone. Like if people didn't have access to it, they wouldn't know what it was, so they wouldn't act that way. So it's information is everywhere now. So there's more people to agree with somebody when they don't have an opinion of their own. You know, to say, hey, yeah, let's
So
walk
what
in a
was you
slut
doing
walk
when
and
you
I'm a
have an
virgin.
opinion on?
So what? Are you saying that you support
What are you defending right now?
young women? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. You say you don't care that young women are walking around calling themselves sluts?
Like what? That sounds stupid.
You don't care about that.
But you just said
So
you
would
would
you-
walk in it if you was over there. Like
So,
you're so too.
If you standing in your house washing dishes and the kitchen window open and your 9-year-old daughter on the side of the house with her friends and you hear her say, "I'm a slut," you don't care?
I'm a checker.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So you one of those people like, in my house I care, but out there let your kids do whatever.
No.
I would do whatever.
First of all, there wasn't 9-year-olds at the slut walk party, so you went super deep.
No.
What's more worse than a virgin
Number
walking
one
in a slut walk, though?
Number
Somebody
one-
tell me.
No.
What is the wait? Before you even get to me, before we even start, we guys start bashing. Let me ask you, what is the what was the definition of why they did the slut walk? Why? What was their purpose?
Okay,
what is
now-
the mission statement for the slut walk?
Now,
Tell
what
me
I
that is.
heard
Yes,
Amber
you heard it, what
Rose,
they said.
what Amber Rose
Yes,
say
she did.
out of her own mouth, was Amber Rose not one of the organizers of it?
She's the one that did it.
Okay. What she said more than once in interviews out of her mouth is,
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I just have the definition of a slut.
Okay, yeah.
So just so we can clear the air, the definition of a slut is a promiscuous woman or a woman who has many sexual partners, and there's virgins walking in the slut walk. Like,
Okay,
'cause
so
they
how many
don't
partners?
understand.
So wait a
Or
minute,
they're too ignorant to look up a definition.
So a slut is somebody that sleeps around. That's basically what the
a
definition is.
sleeper around, yeah.
Of course,
Somebody that sleeps
yeah.
around. So who hasn't slept around?
It's some
The
women who
virgin
haven't slept
walking in a
around.
slut walk.
Have you slept around,
Yes.
Tim?
The virgin walking in a slut
Tim,
walk.
have you slept around?
My morals is high, honey. I'm married. Yes, I have slept. Okay.
Before or after?
So
you got
again.
married? Don't throw your. I got married too, my nigga. But don't
Okay,
think I-
wonderful. But
so
you, what are you
can't act like
comparing?
you ain't lived.
What are you
Have
comparing
you
now?
lived? Have
But
you
why
lived?
would a virgin walk
But
in a
have
slut
you
walk?
lived?
I'm not gonna walk in no gay pride parade.
That's one person.
Because I'm not gay.
You're talking about one person.
I'm not
Have
gonna
you
walk
lived,
in an
though?
all men's parade because I'm not a man. There's just
Have you
stuff
lived
that you
though?
don't do.
That's what I'm saying. Have you lived though? You
If you call
got
that
around.
living, you real.
I mean,
low.
did you not get around?
No, I did not.
You wasn't promiscuous, so you was a virgin. So you.
I
you're
never
30
said I
years
was a
old.
virgin, but
So-
but I didn't
so-
walk in a slut walk either.
So they didn't have one
When I
for you.
was
They didn't have one.
lost
for
it
you.
at 18. Thank you very much.
Okay, that might be still bad.
Wonderful, but I'm just saying,
So
there's
you
a
didn't
virgin walking in a
experiment-
slut walk,
you
and
didn't
if you're
experiment with
defending
your
it, I really
sexuality.
don't have nothing to say.
Did you? So at the time
That's
that you were
experiencing with her
experiencing your
non-sexuality because she's a virgin.
Should
Because
you
you're
be
talking about me
considered slut?
like I was walking in a slut walk.
I'm not
I'm
asking
talking about the
this.
virgins that were walking. So if you
Because
want to
you have
go
no
ahead and
basis
direct your
to that.
answer
Sam,
to
you're
that.
talking crazy right now.
No,
No,
we're
wait a minute,
just
wait a
talking
minute.
crazy.
Wait a
Why don't
minute.
you direct
That's
that?
just
Hey guys,
what we're talking about.
okay, can I try to clarify? Because I hear what both of you are saying.
It's like, yo.
What Mickey
You trying
is
to
pointing
defend-
out,
I'm talking about
what
this
Mickey
virgin
is
that don't
pointing
know
out
nothing
is, why
about
is a
sex.
virgin calling herself a slut?
What else am I talking about?
stupid.
If other people that's walking in there are wanting to do their thing, let them do it. Go ahead. Do I agree with it? Nope, never will. But it's happening, so I can't do nothing about it. It's already happened. I'm talking about virgins that don't even know what they're marching,
I'm not
or
talking
if
about
they
that. I'm
do,
talking
they
about
just
the
march.
slut walk.
That's
So
what I'm
we
talking
ain't-
about, and I said that before you
And then
start
we answered
answering.
the question. It's like that's
You didn't
one
answer the
person.
question though.
It's one person.
You start
know,
talking
she
about
just
our
said- she
lives,
said it.
the
Maybe
grown
she
folk
feels
on
it.
the couch. No,
Because
I'm
I'm
talking
talking about the
virgin.
definition of slut. Like, is it a problem? Do you have a problem?
Who said? Who?
Because
wait,
slut
you're
walk is
changing the
about slut
conversation.
shaming.
You're changing
Because
the
what is the
conversation.
slut walk about, Jimmy? What?
We're
Let's look
changing the
that up.
conversation.
Okay, yeah.
What does that look up? What does it say?
It's
Amber
some
Rose-
type of feminist, fake, faux
You don't
feminist.
know.
Yeah, it is.
So let's
It's
look
a,
up
I
the
said faux
definition.
feminist.
Yeah, full
Thank
feminism,
you.
it is.
Because that's not real feminist. That's you trying to justify your point.
Well, no,
But
they
I'm sorry,
call
go
them
ahead.
third wave feminists. This new
Oh, it's
feminism.
a term?
Yeah, third wave
Uh-huh.
feminist.
Interesting.
As I was saying, Amber Rose herself says that women should feel empowered and make any decision that they want, just as men are able to make the decisions they want. If a woman decides to, over time, have several different partners, then no one should shame her and judge her for the decisions that she's made in her life on a sexual level. Is that pretty much what she said?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the whole point of women being shamed of having multiple partners is so they won't do it. Because it is not good. Yeah, there's a double standard. I admit that.
Absolutely.
There's definitely a double standard.
But what double standard should stay and what's double standard should
Okay,
go?
you know what? I'm going to put it like this. I've never ever heard anybody describe the double standard when it comes to sex better than Lord Jamar one time on Vlad. He said, if you have a master key that can open any key in the world, then you got something very valuable, right? But if you have a key that can be opened by any lock, how valuable is that lock? So I like the way he described that. I mean, it hit it right on the head.
But you mean a lock that can be opened
The
by
lock
a
is
key,
the one.
right?
Oh my
The
God, he's not
lock,
talking literally.
I know,
He's
but
talking
he
about
messed up
vagina,
the
Tam.
term and he's correcting it.
No, I did it.
Yes, you did. Listen.
What I say?
Okay, you said a key that can be opened by any lock.
Okay,
but you
well,
meant to say a lock that can be opened by any key. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, that's not a very special lock, is it?
Not at all.
Right.
Anybody can get in.
Anybody can get in.
You know?
So
but
I love the way
still,
he described that.
It's still
So
retarded,
that metaphor
though.
just...
It's still...
That metaphor did it for me,
I
bro.
just think that...
I don't
that metaphor
want
didn't do it for
I don't
me,
want
period.
I don't want a lock that any old key can come up. Oh yeah, this will work. Oh yeah, that will work.
Okay, do you have a problem with... Do you got a problem with, what's her name, buying prostitutes?
There's a
Do you, what?
But
Huh?
see, you're
No.
not even
No, so
comparing
if
it
you don't
right.
have a
You're not
problem with
comparing
it-
it right anyway. Because a key would have to be able to open every lock for it to compare to a lock opening every key.
no. I'm saying I don't want a lock that any old key to stick any old key in and it's open.
But you
I don't
would
want
rather
that
a
lock.
lock that can open any door?
I got a lock that can open.
Oh,
any
are you
doors.
still on the lock?
I'm still on the same term.
Are you
that he
still on this metaphor
Listen,
right now?
listen. I will grab you
The
completely.
baby is still in summer.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm bringing another point to it.
Okay, let's
What
hear it.
point?
I'm just
We
saying,
all-
would you rather be the key that opens any lock?
I am the
What are
key.
you talking
You
about?
are
Are we talking Are we talking about? You stop talking about the lock and key. That was over.
You're not.
That
You
was,
come to my
stop.
level though. Listen,
I'm not
up
going
here.
there.
Listen,
I'm up here.
I am
When
up here.
When
Do not
you
play
go
with
low,
me.
I go high.
I am
I'm not
higher.
going to your level.
Okay.
I'm not going to. Oh.
No, listen.
I'm going to do it.
Nigga,
The
y'all
only
do I need
key
to speak
that
in
can open this
layman
lock
terms?
right here is Uche, right?
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
You know.
You see what I'm saying?
Listen, no, don't explain it to
Okay.
me because I already
Oh,
know.
she's so
That's not what
mad
I'm
with
saying. Okay, let me
Okay.
say it in layman's terms for y'all.
Yeah, say it
Do you
in
want to
layman's
have a dick that can enter any pussy,
She's acting-
or do you want it?
Duh!
Okay, so
That was
see,
the
that's
metaphor.
what I'm. No, the metaphor was the other way around, and I'm saying
Of
that's
all the
where
people to cuss, it was you.
It was just, look at you.
Because I don't. Y'all just upset me
Hey,
right
guess
now.
what? This is what we call
Listen,
Nigerian
Kate
moment.
Jalen, real quick.
She's having a Nigerian moment?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Don't y'all dare do
Well,
that.
it's-
Don't ever do that.
Don't you ever get so
Don't
angry
ever
with
do
us.
that.
Don't you
We're
get
on
so
a.
angry.
Don't play with me on no podcast. Don't do that.
We all
You
play
just
with
played
each
the
other.
You know what his name is?
That's not. No, we're not calling
We're not
him.
talking about that.
We're saying.
If you seen
It's
the
not
episode
funny.
that we had before, you would know. But you gotta pay attention.
let me just tell y'all
So
what I'm
catch up.
talking about here.
Yeah,
I
you-
just, I don't think y'all understand where
What?
I'm coming from. And I'm done.
Wait a minute.
I'm about to be done in
Oh my
5
God.
seconds. I'm about to be done in 5
Okay,
seconds. Okay, so, like, I'm saying, how can you...
What the hell is she?
It's the baby, man. It's the baby.
No,
my
I'm just
God.
saying the double standard. That's all I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, that's
all
an
I'm
example
trying
of the
to
double
say.
standard.
It
Yeah.
is
Okay,
a double
double
standard.
standard.
Yes.
And then I said,
As a
what is a
metaphor.
fair double standard and what's not a fair
And
double
I was trying
standard?
to explain that, but y'all laughing
No,
at me.
you were talking about a lock.
I was
So let
saying
me
it
ask
in
you,
a
Mike,
metaphoric way.
Do you have a problem with that understanding?
Oh my
With that double standard?
How
As a
did y'all
man,
miss that?
does it bother you that you're not as frowned upon for having multiple sexual partners as a woman is? Does that bother you?
That's exactly what I'm
Does it-
saying.
I don't like. Okay, does it bother me?
Yeah.
No, because I'm not a woman. But do I look down upon it? No. At this point, no. I don't frown upon it. It's not nothing I frown upon.
Oh, you said you don't frown upon women that are out there.
No.
You liar. I've heard you roast women that are too far out there.
No, I've roast women that are stupid.
You don't use the term thought? Have you ever used the term thought?
Have you ever used the word?
Have you ever used the term thought?
Of course.
Okay, well then,
How you
stop
lying
lying.
on
then.
air, man?
Right, you know what I'm
Of course I've used
saying?
the term.
Air?
I've used all the terms. I use all the negative words. I've used them all in great context and in not great context. And I will continue to use all the words if you know me. You know what I'm saying? But listen, all I'm saying is look, if somebody wants to be a slut, let them be a slut. And just let them
Oh,
be.
you say
Just
about
let them do
everything.
what
If
they
somebody
want
wants
to
to
do.
be
Right.
gay, let them be gay. If somebody wants to be, it's
You know?
just like it's too free.
It's
Like you
too-
have to control
no.
something.
And that's
Everything
your
can't
problem.
be out there.
Everybody can't be
I'm
controlled.
talking about
You can't
yourself.
everybody.
Control yourself, though.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about nobody else putting labels
Do you
on
control
you.
yourself?
I do, but I'm talking about your mentality.
And
you have
you
to
had
control
premarital
that
sex
because it's
before,
getting
right?
out of hand.
Have you had premarital?
Why are we talking about
because
that?
Because if you're mad at
Who
somebody,
said? Did I say I'm perfect? No, but I
then
still
no,
have standards.
So at that point, when you were doing something, when you wasn't doing that wasn't standard that you want everybody to shoot for.
You just
when
can't
you
Okay,
say
no.
doing it,
everything.
but you want somebody to call
I'm
you
not
a
talking
slut
about
when you was
how
out there.
high or low it
All I'm
is.
They
asking is
want to
when
be
you was
called
out there,
sluts.
when you want somebody to look down upon you
Who
for
was
being
out there though? That wasn't my life. Do you know me? You know how different I am. Honey.
And I'm
so you're not
asking
talking
you.
to the right one.
I'm asking you,
That,
so you
it doesn't
can't-
apply to me.
Wait
so
a minute,
that's
time
not
out.
a
Jeff.
good.
We done been had hella sex talk before, and you said some outlandish shit. So,
Who said, you asking if I slept with many men? That's the
I'm
question.
asking
Who
you
cares
that.
what I do?
It doesn't-
I'm saying
no,
I haven't slept with a lot of men. That's not
and
my
that's-
life.
Okay,
So
and I'm
that
telling you
doesn't apply
explain
to
that.
me.
That's you.
That's the.
That's
I'm
you.
just saying it
But
doesn't
do you
apply
not somebody
to me.
that does? Do you frown somebody that does?
What do you mean? Do I frown somebody that
Yeah,
does?
if you
That's
know-
not a cool lifestyle. That's why I didn't do it.
But is it frowned upon? Do you frown upon that person if they do?
Do I judge people
Wait
differently
a minute.
because
Do
of
you?
this?
I seen judges.
Wait a minute, let me
You
flip
frown
this
like,
for a
oh,
minute.
she just
Please.
did
He
it.
does. Because there's
I don't
times I've heard
understand.
him say that he wouldn't mess with certain women because they have too many partners. And now he's sitting here
When have
trying
I
to
said
defend.
that?
Bro, it's been times you've like, oh man, I won't fuck with her. She was,
Fucking
she's
well,
out
no.
there.
When we have the porno
She-
star conversation, that's the only time that I say that.
Oh, well, why are you judging the porno stars?
I don't want to sleep with a porno star.
Why?
I don't.
Why don't you want to sleep with a porno
Because
star?
I'm fucking grown.
No,
it's like
because-
a kid thing.
but why?
That's why. I don't know. It's not my thing.
It has nothing
That's
to do.
just hella weird.
It has nothing to do with how many men they slept
It
with.
has everything to do with that.
Thank you.
So
It's
why
all-
would
it's
it
like
be
I don't
okay
like
in
people
any
putting
other
themselves out there
term?
on camera. Like it's just weird to me.
So
It's not
yeah,
my hot behind, man.
everything he said just got thrown in the garbage can.
No,
Now
it
listen,
doesn't,
yes it
because
did.
you have-
You just
you can
destroyed
pick and
your
choose what you
own.
like.
You just
And I-
destroyed
but
yourself.
listen, no, I didn't.
You just said
No, I didn't.
you got no time for
Can I say
judging
something?
people, but
Okay,
you
hold on.
judge them.
No. I'm not judging nobody. You're asking me for my standard, like Tansy said, but this is what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck. If I'm not frowning upon no woman that chooses to do what they want to do, it's free will.
Unless
I'm
she's
not
a
gonna
porn
frown.
star.
Yeah, if you're a porn star, I don't care. Good, I'm a
No,
high five, have a
but
drink with
you're
you.
frowning on a porn
If
star.
we
though.
cool, I'm not frowning upon a porn star. I just don't want to put my dick in a porn star.
But see-
I don't want to do it. Just like Tam says, I don't want to. I asked her. She said, I said, Tam, have you got there? She's like, who type of woman do you think I am? I haven't slept with that many people because she has a standard. So you are allowed to have your
But my
standard.
standards for
but
everybody. It's not just for me.
And
It's
that's
not like
your
I
problem.
can't say
You can't
no,
put
no,
your
no.
standards on
Who says
everybody.
I'm judging? Who
You
says
can't
I'm
put
gonna
Well, the thing is, it's not her
I'm
standard,
not
though.
saying,
Yeah.
don't listen.
Did you
I'm
not
not
just-
saying I'm gonna treat
Okay.
somebody differently because of what I believe
And that's
in.
what I'm saying.
That's not
so
what
does
I'm
it matter? So that's what
What
the
do you
slut
mean,
walk
what
is
does it
about.
matter?
Don't treat them differently because they choose to sleep around.
But I can still disagree.
Let them be a
That's
person.
the whole
You can
topic
disagree,
of it.
yeah.
It's wrong.
You know, you were talking
It's
about
wrong
a
to
lock.
me, too.
You were talking about a lock and a virgin saying,
So,
No,
bro.
you brought up
that's
other
what you were
stuff.
talking about the last 10
So
minutes.
okay, it doesn't.
That's what she was
It,
saying.
it doesn't
And I'm
bother
just
you
ad-libbing.
that it doesn't bother you that as a person who will be bringing children into this world, how just morally lawless it is.
Listen, people make decisions. First of all this shit been around
You
forever.
gotta, yeah, but it
You know what
hasn't
I'm
been
saying?
in your, like Mickey was just saying.
No,
It shouldn't
now
have
it's
to be
in your
It
face.
shouldn't have to be
Okay.
because
Be
there's
tall
every
tales.
age watching
It's just
it.
a way of
It's-
communication, my guys. You know what I'm saying? Just
Oh
the
my
world
gosh.
communicates a little different. It's a little harder to see things.
Yeah, the world is
but you
different,
gotta
but
put
it
in
doesn't mean
context.
it's
You gotta
good.
be like we talked about yesterday. You gotta be accountable for what you do. So you get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we talked about this yesterday. You gotta be accountable for what you do. So whatever you choose to do, you gotta be accountable for it. And that's
Now,
where
okay.
that's where I judge
But okay,
you.
but
When
here's-
you're not being accountable for the shit you do.
Here's the thing.
So talk to me
Here's
if
the
you want to see
thing.
me outraged. Ask me a question about somebody that's perpetrating or not being accountable for what they do. I'll be right there with you talking again.
Now, here-
But until then,
So are
I'm
they not accountable to give
They
the
are. They're
right?
saying they're a slut. Like, look, I like being promiscuous.
I'm
That's
talking
what I'm saying.
about real
Don't dog
accountability
me.
that matters
Don't
for,
dog
like,
me because
other
don't
generations
shame
and
me.
stuff, what you
Don't
doing in
frown
front of
upon me.
everybody.
Don't shame me and say I ain't shit because I choose to sleep around. That's
can't
what
on
the slut
this
walks
topic,
about.
I
I don't got a problem with it. Yeah, you're right.
So there
That's
should.
on your own.
So there.
But be accountable
So
for
there
what
should be-
you do.
there should
like
be-
if you're a porno star and you have did your double penetration to do all that, it's on the internet. It's never going nowhere. So when you have to explain that, you have to be accountable for like, hey,
So you
your
don't
mom got
believe-
down.
you don't
know what
believe
I'm
that there
saying?
should be
I don't
no-
want to be accountable for that, so I'm not going to do
Mike.
it.
So you don't believe there should be no universal standard set. You believe that every person's standard is
He can't not
subjective
believe
to
in
that
it because
person.
he was half raised on it. Like, it's a universal standard. People are just dropping that ball because they don't care anymore.
But the way he
Since
sounds-
hasn't been a universal standard.
He gotta
Since what
know
era?
that
There is a
What?
standard. It's a standard if you choose to follow.
There's
It's
a reason you're
No.
not a girl right now, and that you wasn't persuaded to like men. You know,
There
there's a reason you
has-
wasn't dressed as a girl.
There has
It's
pretty
changing.
much always been a universal standard until recently.
It's true.
Here,
Like, people really out here dressing their little boys as girls and saying that there should be no gender
that's
in
out of line.
schools, and that's new though. That's
Bro.
not new.
That's
but
very
that's out of line.
there was a time
Man.
where
The time was called hippies. And hippies
No.
did a lot of
They
crazy
they
There
still
was-
didn't
there was
dress
a
their
time
children like
where-
the opposite sex and tell them go be free.
No, that's wrong.
Like
And
they're
that's
marching
not
in
a
gay
different
parades. That's new though.
That's
That's
new.
what I'm talking about.
You didn't say that at all today.
How
till
did you
just
not
now.
understand?
You just said that
Because I
just
had
to
to
try.
literally tell you.
You're
and
really
you
going
couldn't
No,
out of
but
your
get
way
you
it.
to
said
try
there's
and
no-
get me to get. I
You
didn't get
said-
nothing that you're saying.
You didn't
You're
get it.
saying-
Clearly, you missed it.
you're
I
saying
didn't
there's
stop
never
it.
been a universal standard, and that's clearly wrong. There has been, and it's fading away
Mm-hmm.
fast. And just to show you how
Jimmy, what'd you get on your universal?
back and forth and
This
up
is
and
what I
Wait,
think.
wait.
This is what
Look,
I
listen,
think
listen.
is the crazy thing.
Just to show you how
Because
unstable.
you guys aren't acting like y'all human. Y'all
No, we
can't
are.
live.
No one's
So,
saying
don't-
that.
so apply what you've done.
Mike.
What's
and
wrong
explain
with
to
not
me.
Right.
saying that they're still
I've
wrong?
told you-
Just tell
Even
me
if
why.
you
Mike.
messed up,
From
that
what
doesn't
do
mean
you
the
Mike.
rules
like?
change.
You've
How do
heard
you know
me-
it's wrong?
You've heard me
How
say.
do you-
Because
What
again,
have
there's
you
universal
know? What-
standards.
What have you experienced to know that that's wrong?
There's universal
Tell me a
standards.
story of how you know that it's wrong.
What
Tell
you
me a story.
mean?
Tell
What
me
you
something.
mean?
Tell me something
Because
about how
we're
it's wrong.
talking about the
No,
standards
but tell
anyway.
me the standard. Tell me how to
Because if it's the case, then
how
when
do
I
you
grew
have
up, I
experience
would have
and
been
you know?
able to access porn. I would have been able to see
But
gay
how were
parades.
you not able to do that? But you able.
What do you mean
what
how
are
not?
talking-
Because it
tell me
wasn't
how that
happening.
affects.
Listen then.
Tell
It wasn't
me.
happening in
Tell
the
me what
world
it
at the
affects
time.
you weren't able walking around with a phone that can just instantly.
It's
pick up whatever
technology,
you want.
exactly.
The
But-
smartphone been out for 10 years.
My
10. You act like that's a long
decade.
time.
Exactly.
That's 2008.
Yeah, the smartphone been out for 10 years.
That's not.
Okay.
We've been around
The
Yeah.
internet
before
been
then.
out
in
since
2008,
forever.
she wasn't 9 years old.
You know what I'm saying?
At
Walking around with a
all.
phone.
I was in
Check
college.
This out. Check this out. Tam, that's
Look,
cool.
don't just say Tam. We both over here
Jimmy.
on the same page. You're the only one that's
Listen
lost
to me.
in the
Let me tell you
desert.
guys, I'm not lost.
Trying to
First
bring
of all,
you
you
some
were the one
freaking
stuck on
water.
the lock for like 15 minutes.
No, you didn't
You was
understand.
stuck-
You didn't
That's
understand
why
my
Jimmy put his head
metaphor.
down. If we had a camera,
No,
Jimmy was
did
just
you
like
understand my metaphor? No.
this.
I-
It was
if you
his
listen-
metaphor first. So how was it your metaphor?
Because I was
you
trying-
just took it
listen.
from him.
Don't
as
change
you
the
tried to
subject.
figure
Don't
it
change
out
the subject and
on
put it
the
on
camera.
me. Because you're
You tried
wrong
to
right
figure
now.
it out.
You have
Listen,
lost the
Okay,
battle.
okay.
I have not lost anything.
Listen, because you.
You're not
I just want to say
debating.
one thing. One thing.
You're trying to just be
Listen,
mad.
you're not.
You're
no,
outraged.
I'm
You're
perfectly
outraged
happy because I'm
you
right.
stole this
Okay.
nigga's lock metaphor.
You
And
want to bring that up?
55
You
minutes
see how
to
you
figure this shit
changed
out.
the situation
And then you
up?
said it was my metaphor.
You too loud.
That was funny.
Okay, so
I'm too loud.
what I'm saying.
You're acting like you're fucking a right person now.
Listen,
That's
Okay,
what
well,
I'm saying.
white
You're too loud.
person-
One of them have to be grown and
They
be
not,
quiet.
it's not gonna come out
One of
clear.
them have to be
Hold on,
adult.
it's not gonna come out clear on the phone.
Right.
Is what I'm telling
We
you.
need
When
to
you
get
Now
too
you're
this.
just
loud.
sounding too loud.
How am I
You know what I'm
white?
saying? Because I'm over here proving
Shit.
you're like, this
'Cause you
nigga's
crazy.
fucking me up.
Man, please.
Yeah.
Watch
What
your
kind of
language.
food is strong? Did you just
Okay.
say all types of crazy shit?
Oh, I just want to say one thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so what I was
Let
saying.
her say something.
Just
Shit.
real, I'm
Let
not
her
even
get it
gonna
out.
bring it up again. But about the metaphor, I was just comparing. Oh wait!
I did not see that coming. Maybe I should have.
Oh my god.
No, Mickey, we're not burning any more of our airtime up on the
I was just
metaphor.
about the
No.
metaphor that I stole from Jimmy.
Listen. No, Mike, leave it alone.
I
No,
was just talking about the difference in the.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh.
Just the difference in standard, the double standard. I just did it in a metaphor term versus saying it literally. That was the only difference. I was just trying to compare it in metaphor because you brought it up in
What
metaphor.
metaphor are you telling me about? What metaphor
I
are
don't
you
want. We all talking about it. Just listen to the tape again,
What
and you'll
was-
catch my metaphor in the beginning. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
When I was gonna bring up an example of a lot of this liberal thinking is
Just a lot of this.
a lot of the liberal thinking is unstable, is because there's a certain. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want to be accused of trying to blow myself out by dropping somebody else's name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. There's a certain radio host that he stands by the slut walk, and he you know, like you're like, oh yeah, you know, that's what's up, you know, whatever, you know, he supports it.
Okay. So
But wait a minute, at the same time, when this whole rape culture thing was really big, he kept on screaming about rape culture. You can't. That's an example of just trying to agree with everything.
First of all, that's
because no. How can you say there's a rape culture, but then say, oh yeah, slut walk is good?
Okay.
Because a man that has the
break it
mentality.
down?
Wait a minute. The man that has the mentality to be a rapist is not your average everyday man. So what is the first thing that a lot of these guys who rape women think? She's a fucking slut. So you can't big up slut walk, some call it slut walk, but then say, oh, we live in a rape culture.
That sounds like you just
which
said,
is propaganda anyway.
Let me
We've never had rape culture in
Let me just tell you
America.
what you said. You basically said the dumbest thing, but you said it in the smartest way. You basically said, like, you shouldn't dress up like a slut and act like a slut if you don't want to get raped. You just backward.
No, not at all.
That's all it meant.
Not at all.
Because
I'm saying
it's two different things. That's because you want to be people. It's like choosing who you sleep with. It's like getting raped. If you're, it's a completely different
okay,
thing.
so you
from
telling
being
me
promiscuous.
that I can say, oh,
things.
it's messed
'Cause
up.
one
We
is
got
on
a
the action
rape
of the
culture
woman,
in America,
and one is on the
but then at
action
the
of the
same
man.
time promote calling women sluts.
It's not about calling them sluts. It's about
Yes, they are. The women
not
themselves
about
are
they're
saying, call me a slut.
They're
I'm a
empowering
slut.
the word. Like
That's,
if you're
they're saying
no,
that,
it's
Mike.
about,
You can't
it's
change
about,
what they're
no,
saying
no,
themselves.
No.
You be
I'm
killing
not
me
saying
trying to
what
talk
you're
with
saying.
women all the time.
I'm
And
not
then
talking
it'll
for
be a
women.
woman in the
Before
room
you even get
that don't even
stop.
agree with you.
All right, say what you're going to say because I'm going to be quiet.
Because
I'm
you keep saying it's not about calling them sluts.
I'm going to kill all this.
They are saying this out of their own mouths. I am a slut and I am proud of it. But you said it's not about calling them a slut. But they're doing it themselves. I don't understand that.
Can I go in now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the reason why it's not about calling them a slut is because it's derogatory. The word slut is a derogatory. The definition is what they're fighting for. The definition of a slut is what? A woman that's promiscuous that gets around. That's it. So basically they're saying, don't knock
that,
me.
Though.
They are.
That's
they are.
Yes, they are.
They're not going to
that's
kill
why
us
you sound
all.
so crazy.
Jesus, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Let me talk, because we already heard about your lock shit. Okay, listen. Now, what I'm saying is all I'm saying is this. That's the definition. Basically, if you see somebody and you know Nancy, Nancy slept with Tom, Jackie, and all them. Nancy, don't judge Nancy because who she sleeps with. Judge Nancy on the character of who she is. If she likes to fuck everybody, that's her business. Just like fucking Donald.
So they
likes to
are
fuck
the
everybody.
definition of the word.
No.
So they're not fighting against it.
They're not fighting. They're not saying, look, if I get down, I get down, but don't knock me. Just don't
You
treat
said they
me
were
like,
fighting against
don't
the term.
shame me for what I do. And
Okay,
that's
bro.
why what's wrong with that? Because the thing about it is with rape culture and what they're saying rape crimes is that if a man is over here like fucking Harvey Weinstein jacking off and raping bitches and just doing perverted things, just like we saw about the dude from CNN that got suspended, that's being perverted. You know what I'm saying? Perversion is rape.
That's not what rape culture means. Rape culture does not mean that.
Rape culture is intimidating women to do things.
Rape culture is a culture that pretty much promotes rape.
Exactly.
Men aren't convicted for.
Jesus
the Middle
Christ,
East,
that's exactly what
the
I
Middle
just
East,
said.
that's
Yeah.
a rape culture. There's not a rape culture in America. There's not. In the Middle East, me and you can go next door, kick in the door, rape a female, and never go to prison for it.
That's not what they're saying. Rape culture.
That's what it is.
They just saying it hella dramatic.
Well,
you know
don't
what I'm saying? Like,
use
rape culture is a part
bro,
of
you can't change the meaning.
Rape culture
It means
is
that
society.
here, but it means this here. That's what y'all keep trying to do.
No,
you can't do
it's
that.
not. You're trying to
Yes,
get me.
you
Listen,
can.
rape culture. Like,
Bro,
can I finish saying
is
what
that
I'm
white?
saying? Okay, say what you said.
That's white everywhere in the world, right?
And I'm gonna finish this up.
Is that white everywhere in the world? This color here, is this white? Everywhere in the world, this
Finish
is
the point
white.
because I'm not answering the
That's
question.
my point.
Okay, let me tell you my point.
Okay.
Let me tell you my point. Rape culture is when it's like bullying bitches in the pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day when
That's
it's
not
like
rape culture.
catcalling.
Look up the definition.
That's what I'm saying.
Look
Okay,
up the
let's
definition
look it up.
of rape
Okay,
culture.
Let's go.
Rape
Let's
culture
do this.
is a
Let's
culture
do
where
this.
it's promoted. Raping women is promoted and it's not frowned upon.
Hold
and
on.
it's not.
Hold on.
People are convicted from it. It's not.
Hold on, Cuddy. Hold on. Hold the fuck on.
Read it out loud.
Rape culture is a sociological concept for setting in which rape is perceived as normalized due to society attitudes about gender and sexuality.
Okay.
The behaviors commonly associated with rape culture include victim blaming, slut shaming, All right.
Okay, so wait a minute.
So
wait a minute.
Objectification.
That's exactly what I just
And that's
said.
what they're
How
saying.
can you support the slut walk, but then say that we live in a rape culture?
Because objectification and tribalization, rape denial.
So exactly,
basically,
and
let's
we don't have a
apply
rape culture in
this.
America.
Let's apply this.
It doesn't apply in America.
Let's apply this. If we have Becky who slept with like 5 people, and you bash her because she's a slut, and you're like, bitch, you know what? You're a slut. Everybody fucks you. Fuck you. You know what I mean? You're slut slamming her, and then you're raising a rape cult environment because you're teaching her less than. And when you sexually objectification is like when you can only be like, oh, you got a nice ass, Becky. You know what I'm saying? Doing shit like that. Shit that's out of line. Shut the hell up.
Don't do
you
that.
be cussing. No,
Don't
don't be
cuss?
cussing. Yes. Yes.
I
No,
said-
don't whisper. Don't be
No,
a
say
punk,
it.
nigga. Say it
Say
to
it
the
now.
camera. Yeah,
Say
you
it.
been.
You
Yes,
said
you
dick
been
and pussy.
cussing.
Dick and pussy. I'm talking.
And you
Did you
said
hear
fucking all
the
that
F? No, I never
Yeah,
said
oh
F
my
because you're
God.
lying.
You know what?
You're lying. You're lying. Don't stop nothing. I want you. I can't wait because next time I get on this show, I'm gonna let y'all know once he heard it again that I never said the F word because that never comes out.
All right.
So he's
You did the
lying.
F word.
So I said two. I said the genitalia of a male and a female. Okay, but go ahead. I never told you to stop saying that. But you know this show, and you know everybody gonna be watching the show. It's not just yours, but it's the one on mine. And you agreed to it in the beginning, so why change it now?
Listen, stop trying to check me when I'm
I'm not trying to
explain
check
myself.
you. Why you trying to be upset? Because you just all the way wrong today.
I'm not all the way wrong today.
Cut us
Look,
off,
Robert.
man. It's 30 minutes. Hey.
Look, you ready to go. Man, get
No,
out.
it's not.
Get out.
It's
Come on.
not true.
Get out.
Yo, and this one got a little wild, people.
It did. It was wild.
Thank you so much. Thank you for Mike, man. Thank you for Mickey. And what up, though? Thank you for your man, Detroit City. Please comment on this one, y'all. Tell us what you think.